I don't remember if I just had my computer set up to where my monitor was right across the end of my bed or the side of my bed, I mean, or if it was whenever there was one point in time where I used to use my TV as my monitor. I don't think it was then though. But somehow or another I had my monitor set up so the where my bed was against the wall and then horizontally from the side of the bed there was my monitor. I was waiting on somebody to message me for to start a game or something. I don't remember what it was. I was waiting on somebody to message me, and I sat on my bed and I fell back and I dozed off. And then they messaged me, so I got up and checked, and then realized that it was a dream and woke up. So then I fell back asleep, and then they finally messaged me, and I got up and checked, saw there was no message, and realized it was a dream. And it happened like 3 or 4 times where I would fall asleep, I'd doze off for a minute, and then I would have a dream that everything is the exact same. The only thing is I hear the Steam notification, so I get up to check, and then they hadn't messaged me because it was just a dream, and then I have to go sit back down. And it woke me up like 4 times, and finally I got so irritated with it that I just stayed up, and I was like, well, forget the nap then.
Yeah, that sounds really fucking annoying. Like
It was stupid.
I've had dreams where like I've woken up like in the dream and it felt all kind of foggy. Then I'd wake up in reality. I'd wonder if like I was still dreaming. And I'd go back to sleep and I'd wake up in the dream again. And it's just like it was
Hmm.
a confusing night.
My friend always talks about the worst dream he ever had is when he was still in high school. I think in high school, it might have been in middle school. He had a dream that he went throughout the school day, like an entire school day, just normally. Everything was normal, the same regular, boring school day. Nothing was off, nothing was cool or particularly terrible. It was just a regular, long school day that he remembers in vivid detail. And then he woke up and it was time to get ready for school.
Oh, fucking lame.
I once had a panic attack where I thought I was repeating the entire day.
Oh,
Nice.
Groundhog's Day?
So,
Fantastic.
not even that. It was really stupid in retrospect, but long story short, I was sick. I woke up at like 7:30 to get ready for the day. Woke up, went to the kitchen, talked to my family, ate breakfast, went back to my room, fell back in my bed, got up, went to the family, and it's like everyone's still eating breakfast. Like, what the hell's going on? It's like, it's today. Long story short, I had slept for 8 hours because apparently I was sick, and they were eating dinner. And I thought for some reason I just
Nice.
left breakfast and walked into them starting a new breakfast.
I, I've had that happen where like I'd get home, I'd go to sleep, then I'd wonder why the fuck everyone has McDonald's. I'm like,
Yeah.
eh,
I told you,
breakfast?
I'd tell you guys about the time that I skipped an entire day because of a small mix up with a clock.
No,
How'd you do
I thought for
that?
sure
you
I told
tell.
this. Okay,
How
so
do you
what
do that?
happened at one point when I was in high school? I might have been in sophomore year. I think I was in high school. I might have still been in middle school. I don't know. It gets fuzzy, but I took a nap. What was it? Okay, so I think it was a Saturday or a Sunday. So one of the weekend days. Anyway, I had a night schedule at that time basically. So I go to sleep and I wake up at noon. I'm like, okay, well I barely slept. I'm gonna get a few more hours in and wake up whenever it's evening. I couldn't really see the light because I had the shutters down. I checked my phone. I saw 12, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Get a few more hours in. Wake up whenever it's evening. Whenever the sun's setting, everything's quiet down, and it'd be cool. Have my Saturday or whatever. Well, it didn't say 12 a.m. or p.m. It just said 12, and the blinds were shut. As it turns out, I'd woken up at midnight, so I go back to sleep, and I wake up, and it's like the next morning. I don't remember if it was the Monday morning or if it was Sunday morning, but I had accidentally pretty much skipped the entire day, and it was all because of a mistake in my understanding of what time of day it was. I thought it was
How the hell
either
did your
noon or
body let
midnight,
you
and it was
sleep
the
that
other.
long?
So it was really good. I remember I slept. I don't know why I was so tired, but I slept for like another 8 to 12 hours or something. I guess I don't know, but it was just I skipped the entire day on accident because I thought, well, I'll just go back to bed since I only slept a few hours. Turns out I'd way overslept instead. And it was like at that time, it was devastating to me because I was still in school, and I skipped my entire weekend day, so I wasn't happy.
Dude, what the fuck was going on with your body?
I mean, at that time, I'd stayed up every night, even on school nights, till like 7 or 8, whenever it was
Okay,
time
you
for
just
school, playing
crashed.
WoW.
That's what
So,
happened.
yeah, I mean, I played
that's a
played
fucking
WoW for
crash.
like 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. So
Yeah, you freaking crashed from exhaustion is what happened.
yeah. Except on school days, I would maybe play WoW for like 12 hours instead and get a couple hours of sleep whenever I got home. I'd take a nap. But yeah, that's what happened. That was pretty much how I spent middle school and late middle school and then throughout high school. That was pretty much how I spent it. Yeah.
Well, Kenji, it's a
Good
good thing you
times.
got to sleep on Saturday. 6 days without sleep, you die.
I would sleep. What I would do is I would go to school and then I would rush through my classwork and then I'd get a few minutes of sleep here and there in each class. Then I'd scarf down my
That
lunch
doesn't
and take
work.
a nap at lunch. I had
Oh
a
my
dude in like
God.
every class, different dudes who would wake me up whenever class was over.
Kenji, as someone
Then I get some
who
sleep at
also
lunch.
slept in school, your body actually needs to hit a certain point of uninterrupted before it begins repair.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
also
you
need to
need that
hit a
REM
certain.
sleep, dude.
Yeah, but I was also trying to get the full Firelands Paladin set and heroic version too. So
Jesus, tap
I
dancing
don't need
Christ.
sleep. I need World of Warcraft
yeah,
items.
so I would sleep at lunch and then in class, and then I'd get home, and I would get a couple hour nap there,
I never
and then I
understood
would wake
WoW
up
addiction.
in the evening and I would play WoW all the way through until it was time to go to school again.
Jesus fucking Christ! What a trooper.
It was good times.
Even freaking
I made-
grinding in Destiny raids, I didn't go as hardcore as you. Like, what the hell?
I liked playing WoW, man. It was even worse
Wow's a hell
whenever
of a drug, I hear.
whenever it got
I
into
played
Legion.
WoW. It wasn't that good.
I mean, WoW is terrible now until I quit. But
Oh yes, with all
whenever
the
I got into Legion, man,
improvements
and I
it's
was
made
doing
to the
Mythic Blackrock
systems.
Foundry every week solo. Do what?
Yes, all the years of improvements and tweaks and fixes and patch updates and character balance, spell balancing must be horrible.
It is terrible.
I shouldn't bitch. My build got in Star Wars got killed by a patch.
Yeah, the problem with WoW is that they reinvent the wheel with every expansion. Like they don't go by the philosophy of we'll change things up from time to time or whatever. We'll keep on balance and then we'll change based on what we changed last time. Like their balance patches are not connected to one another whatsoever.
That's
So like every
bad.
expansion, they reinvent the gameplay of each class and each spec. So like for example, you might be playing a spec that you enjoy, and then the new expansion comes out, and it's not like they made balance changes based on what it used to be. They will completely rework it from the ground up, and it might be a completely different class basically. And
So-
you're just out of a class for an expansion.
So can someone explain this to me? The last I heard anything of WoW, a god stabbed a planet in its gut and now it's dying and we have to collect metal. That's the
yeah.
last I heard of WoW.
Yeah. That's better for us.
And apparently that was 2 expansions ago. So how the hell do you build from that?
That's a current expansion.
Nope. Wait. Has Shadowfall not come out yet?
Yeah. Shadowlands isn't out yet, no.
Okay. So what's the justification for that one?
What, for Shadowlands?
Yeah.
Sylvanas 1v1s the Lich King without taking damage and rips his crown in half, and it opens a portal to the Shadowlands, which is like
I'm
the
sorry,
Death
the
World.
guy who died 3 expansions back?
Well, whenever he died, he had to. There has to be. They found out at the end of the Wrath of the Lich King that there has to be a Lich King, or else the Scourge will run wild, and with nobody controlling them,
The undead people that the Banshee controlled, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't control them. That's the Forsaken. The Scourge is like the Lich King guys, the guys with the blue eyes that the Lich King controls.
Oh, it's
all those
the curse of the thing that affects every class.
Yeah, basically, the Scourge is that huge undead faction that Arthas led, and unless there's a Lich King, they'll just run wild and murder everybody. But if there's a Lich King, he can keep them contained. So at the end of the Wrath of the Lich King, you kill Arthas, but then they're like, wait a minute. There has to be a Lich King, or else we're going to cause more damage. So the Paladin, Tyrion Forger, he goes to put on the crown, and instead another character he was like the Alliance general at the expansion, Bolvar Fordragon, he says, I'll take the crown and I'll sit on the throne and I'll make sure that the Scourge don't run wild. I'll keep them down. So he becomes the new Lich King. And over the past couple of expansions, they've been building up the Death Knight story, making him, Bolvar, more powerful. The Death Knights have been raising basically the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They've been bolstering their army. They've been training up their Death Knights. They've been making new generations of Death Knights. They've been super powering the Scourge to turn it into a good guy. And in that trailer, Sylvanas 1v1s him without taking damage.
Ghost
several
versus
expansions
Lich
to build
King. Quick question: how does that solve the planet dying?
We're going to Death World.
So all the countries and the continents are just going to go to the Death Dimension.
All the people are going to go to the Death Dimension. Apparently, it's not solved yet because Battle for Azeroth is not over. So technically,
the ending. Is there even a raid out explaining how the fuck it ends?
I don't know if it's out yet. No, the way they do it is they'll show the next expansion, and we know what happens, but we don't know what happens between now and then because they always show the next expansion halfway through the current one.
That's a bad. Well.
Yeah, it's bad.
It says something when freaking EA can plan out an expansion better.
Because also the reason I'm waiting instead of starting is because Necro will not be able to make it this session, but he said that he will cast Speak with Dead. So I'm waiting a few minutes until Rail gets here so that he'll be able to pitch in on that, because I don't want to go through Speak with Dead without having everybody in the party be able to have a chance to mull their questions over. So
say what you will about the Old Republic, I enjoy it.
I mean, I like it. I don't really play it.
The expansions are contained stories, so they're fun and they don't fuck with anything mostly.
The issue that I have with current WoW, as far as story goes, well, a bunch of them, but one of the big issues is Sylvanas is a terrible character, and she basically never loses anything. She's one of those characters that she'll lose every time. How worse
can it get?
Well, the issue is that every time she loses, she actually wins. She's one of those characters. Sue. Yeah, she's one of those characters where she'll lose a battle and people will go, "Look, she lost," but then she actually wins. Like I
know when Legion came out, the Horde lost and she became like leader or something.
Yeah, what happens at the beginning of the Legion expansion? I'll give you a tally.
I watched a lore video covering the expansions up to that point, so I know what happened.
Yeah. So in Legion, both factions lose their leader. So King Varian, he's been the leader since he came back in Vanilla. I think it was in Vanilla he came back, late Vanilla. Might have been after that, I don't remember. He's been the human leader and the Alliance leader for the entire game's life cycle, basically. He kills a bunch of elite Felguards and stuff. He basically mows down entire hordes of demons at the beginning of Legion, and then after that, he after doing all that, he 1v1s a giant thing that's like the size of a Pacific Rim. Basically a giant demon bot that's the size of essentially a Pacific Rim bot, maybe larger, probably larger. Yeah, a lot bigger actually. He 1v1s that, one shots it. He kills more elite Legion troops, stands up against the leader of the Legion, and manages to get his last word in for the Alliance before he gets disintegrated. The Horde faction leader, I think he attacks one dude and then gets stabbed with a spear and dies. So
was,
they did a really good job
during,
of
like,
handling
their
that
support
entire. That's
siege or
50% of the
something.
player base, maybe more, by the way. That's how they handled their faction leader. Oh, and he had been the faction leader since the end of the last expansion. So the only thing he did as the Horde faction leader was die and make Sylvanas the leader.
Actually, that raises a good question. How many main race faction leaders died?
You mean in what? Over time or?
Yeah, like what iteration of the Goblin guy was that? If I think was a Goblin thing.
Yeah, there's a Goblin, but he's been the same leader since the Goblins came out. Since Cataclysm, it's Gallywix. The War Chiefs of the Horde. There's pretty much a new one every expansion. They pretty much die every expansion.
Right, because the one guy who was actually a good guy with the big fucking hammer fucked off to be peaceful and left it to some other
Thrall.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Thrall was the tool of the writers for basically anytime something bad happened, he would come in and win.
And then time magic made it so things were different.
Yeah, WoW is pretty much. It's over. It's pretty much dead. I don't think they're ever going to be able to fix it. Not story wise, not gameplay wise.
I mean,
I don't think they want to.
When your solution for escape the dying world is to go to Nightmare World, what is the?
I think their solution in Battle for Azeroth is that you're supposed to fight an old god or something like a Cthulhu being and kill it, and it saves it or whatever. I don't know what the story is. I haven't kept up.
Technically, according to what I remember of the lore, the planet is a god egg, and now it's dying.
Titan. Yeah, it's a Titan.
So immediately when I heard that this expansion is, get this super rare material that's gonna power up your shit to raid gear, it's like, you're harvesting the baby, huh?
Yeah, basically you're harvesting the blood of the planet and using.
Yeah, welcome to Final Fantasy VII. That won't end poorly.
I mean, the whole thing is going to end poorly no matter what they do with it because they're just terrible at. Nobody likes Sylvanas. Everybody hates. Even the people that still play WoW think WoW is terrible. It's just that they're addicted and they want to keep playing it.
Yeah. I know there's a human, cleric witch or something that's just gotten more and more crazy as the game's gone on.
Jaina.
Her hair was blonde, now it's white or something.
It's white and blonde now, yeah. She's a weird character because there's
50%
of the player base.
Apparently.
50% of the player base hate her, and they really don't. Basically, 50% of the player base thinks she's insane and evil, and the other 50% of the player base thinks she did nothing wrong. So
Griffith did nothing wrong. What are you talking about?
So in Warcraft 3, I think was it in 3? I don't know. I know
3 is with her and the Lich King guy before he became a Lich.
Yeah, if he's currently here, not AFK, he'll probably correct me if I'm wrong, but it might have been in Warcraft 3. She basically betrays / abandons her father, and due to that, he dies to orcs because she wanted to make peace with the orcs, pretty much. And so
how does she go from that to being psycho?
There. She's considered a traitor there. What happens later is then there's a place called Theramore she's connected to, and it's been a long time since I remember James' story. It gets mana bombed. If you don't know what a mana bomb is, it's a magic nuke in Warcraft. So it basically gets wiped off the map by the Horde.
God, you're fucking nerds.
So her response to that, if I remember correctly, is she goes into the mage city of Dalaran and basically kicks out all the blood elves and all the Horde. She's like, well, I'm going to mana bomb my thing, so instead of making peace with you guys, I'm done. I'm going to kick all you guys out. murder some of you if I have to, and then I'm going to lead the alliance against you. And so 50% of the player base are like, well, she betrayed him in the first place, and it's what she gets. So now it's a good thing that she's fighting against the Horde. That's the side I'll lean to. And then because I know we have Horde people here, but
I don't
I like my
really
human
care.
paladins.
All I know is crazy in charge is always bad for everyone.
Yeah, and the other half of the people is like they see her as an insane warmonger. I mean, the same thing with Gen Greymane, but I like Gen, so
Nerd.
I only ever played as Tauren because
Tauren are
That's
cool.
fun.
I like Tauren.
Yeah.
They're my favorite Horde race.
and
It got
like
weird whenever they
only
started adding.
only Shaman and Druid because
Yeah.
it like sense.
I was gonna say it got weird when they started to add more classes like Tauren. Whenever they allowed Tauren to be paladins, their explanation for it was weird because they were saying they're not really paladins; they're sun druids, and they just use armor.
Okay, that's a
stretch.
Yeah.
That's they call them Sunwalker. I mean, their lore is cool, but I mean, it was very obviously made and shoehorned in there out of nowhere just so that they could give
welcome to
Horde
the
an extra
WoW lore
paladin race.
podcast.
Yeah, because originally when WoW came out, paladins were alliance only and shamans were horde only.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and
It's because they were race locked, right?
Yeah, because classes in
Yeah.
the game are race locked. And originally when it came out, only alliance races had paladin. I think it was human and dwarf could be paladins.
That's
and
right.
then what was it? Trolls, orcs, Tauren could be shamans.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so it wasn't. In the Burning Crusade, they added 2 new races that could be. They added the Draenei, which could be paladin and shamans, and then they added the Blood Elf for the Horde, which could be paladins.
Can't we just go to the Draenei
even that
planet?
out.
Is it still fucked up?
It's messy. Well, there's 2 versions of it, but let's not.
Oh,
get into
right,
that.
because
Anyway,
of time travel.
I'll tell you that later. But all of our players are here. The reason I waited to start is because presumably Toki's not going to join. He won't be able to make it. But Necro messaged me beforehand and let me know that he's not going to be here. Or
Well,
if he
you
is,
can't call us nerds. You're on a computer playing
yes,
D&D.
This is true.
This
But-
is very true.
Necro said that he wouldn't be here, or if he does show up, it's going to be late. And so he told me ahead of time that he still is going to cast. Lawrence is still going to cast Speak with Dead if you guys want to ask the question. So I figured I would wait until people were here, so that if you want to do Speak with Dead, if you decide to go ahead and do that this session, which will probably have to be a shorter session because it's an in-between thing, and I kind of have to cut it short. And I figured it'd be better to do it on an in-between session than have to.
Also, yes,
that
I
on
can't
the
call it
boss
nerds.
session.
D&D is
But,
cool now. Fucking war
Yeah, D&D is
Cool to
mainstream.
who? Have you gone up to someone and said, "Hey, I play D&D. You want to be my friend?"
No, he's right. D&D is mainstream now. Come on.
Yeah, D&D is cool.
It's
Nobody knows
okay.
what the
It's
player I
in
work with
it
knows
is
what the fuck
in
D&D
mainstream
is.
media. That does not mean it is
Yeah.
cool or accepted.
Look, Joe Manganiello and the Big Show play D&D. It's cool.
And don't forget Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel. Look, pro wrestlers play D&D. It's cool.
Here's the thing
Oh,
with D&D. D&D
Pro
right
wrestlers
now
are cool.
is where video games were in like the late 2000s, early 2010s.
Being accused of every school
Whenever it
shooting.
started going mainstream and people like, okay, it was people that played video games.
Dude, no,
a lot of times
it's
get
like
made fun
Halo.
of.
It's like Halo 2. When Halo
Yeah.
2 became like really big, and it was the same time Modern Warfare came out
Mhm.
and Madden, and it was
Mhm.
just like, okay, every single person in the world now has an Xbox. Like it was like every
Exactly.
single person played video games.
That's
played.
what I was thinking too. Halo
Yeah.
and Call of Duty. It's like it went from video games were a thing that if you played them, depending on where you lived, you were probably the video game kid, and probably nobody talked to you. To everybody
is
plays
weird 'cause
video games now.
I feel like that is going away. That went away so long ago. Like I feel like that was true in like
yeah,
the
mobile
80s and
games
maybe
have
the
kind
early
of muddied
90s.
that water.
But then in the 2000s, like, no, we just play video games, man. That's what it is.
And
Yeah,
for those of you who are weebs, D&D right now is the Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach of tabletop games.
All three of these
I'll agree.
things are
5e.
still niche interests.
5e
Much
is
of a weeb.
yeah. 5e is the
5e has
thing that
turned into
popularizing.
the Naruto.
Yeah, it is the one that is popular. It's like, you know how people,
Look,
if they hear anime, they'll probably say, a lot of them will probably say Naruto. It's the same
I
thing.
mean,
Like,
I'm down
Yeah.
for Pathfinder. I mean, if you want to get more,
look, man,
get real.
if we're going Pathfinder, we gotta go. Look, I'd rather play 3.5. That's just me because I know what 3.5 is. I've never played Pathfinder.
I joined a Pathfinder game recently, but I've only played one session because it's only every 2 weeks. So I'm just testing things out right now.
Yeah,
This looks
I
like a
feel like I
lot
would
of math
enjoy
and rules.
Pathfinder. It is. It's a lot of math. It's the rules thing is yes, but most of them don't apply unless you're in a specific situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
put it
like
this way.
the new one makes more sense. I don't know what the old one's like.
I do like
It's
I really like
essentially-
the action economy of the new one, but the old one, he'll probably
Yeah.
explain it better because he has a better grasp. I don't really know anything about
Yeah.
3.5, but if I remember,
Essentially,
if I'm understanding, it was like they took the rule, the SRD of 3.5, and ran with it.
yeah. Essentially, 3.5 was essentially like half of this stuff you don't need to know unless you're building a character around it. Like, I had a character whose whole thing was he would break your armor. So, the Sunder rules you don't fucking need to know unless you're doing them.
Mm-hmm.
And there are things you can, and it's like, it's a little different from 5e where it's like, oh, I get this feed that allows me to do this. Whereas in 3.5, it's like, hey, I get a certain amount of feats regardless of my level, regardless of what class I am. And it's like, I can use these to build up certain things. Instead of being like, oh, I do more damage with Great Weapon Master, it's, hey, this allows me to have less of a chance of failing on Sunder and doing more damage on Sunder, which means I can do more damage to your armor and break it so you can't get your bonus from it.
Yeah, even with what I've learned of Pathfinder Second Edition so far, it's kind of similar. Where there's a bunch of stuff. If you try to just go through and memorize all the rules, it's not going to happen. But if you want to do something, then you look it up, you find a rule for it. That's what.
Yeah.
I do like. Apparently, it was released as a supplement to the Pathfinder First Edition first, and then it went to second and became standard. I do like the action economy in Second Edition of Pathfinder. There are like free actions and stuff. I don't remember how those are limited, but the
Personally,
basic
I
way it
prefer-
works is that there's a 3 action economy. And so you have 3 actions, and you can use those. If you want to use 3 movement actions, you can, or steps, or 3 attacks. But the more attacks you make in one turn, the more you get a penalty for multi-attack. And everybody gets which means effectively everybody gets a multi-attack at first level, but it's balanced by the multiple attack penalty. And so there are
It just
things
gives you
that use
flexibility.
1 to 3 actions and then do different effects. Yeah, like so sometimes, for example, I think spells are like a complex action, which is always 2. But like for example, one of the feats monk can get, which in Pathfinder Second Edition, monks actually don't have to use ki at all. It's a completely optional thing you can feed into. But say you get the ki blast feat for monk, which is just essentially like a Hadoken. Okay. There's a thing there. A lot of feats like that. It'll say it depending on your how many actions you use, it'll have different effects and amplify it. So, for example, with a Ki Blast feat, you use the Ki Blast key spell. You do 2d6 force damage of a Ki Blast. If you do just one action to do it, if you use 2 of your actions to do it, the cone goes to 30 feet and the damage is 3d6. If you use 3 actions to cast Ki Blast, this cone becomes 60 feet and you do 46 damage. So the idea with this 3 action economy is that they're supposed to give you different abilities that will, and different spells and different attacks and maneuvers and things that will allow you to amplify them based on how much of your action economy you want to use on it, which I like it so far, but I also haven't tried it out very much.
I'm just pumped for Mandalorian season 2.
It should be cool. But anyway, I think we have all the players we're going to get tonight. So if you guys want to either speak with Dead or do whatever it is you want to do, and Waterdeep, the show is now on the road. So
Did we get a short rest? I mean, a long rest.
We got a
after
long rest because he had to
all these
prepare the
shenanigans?
spell.
yeah, long rest.
Ah, yes. Cool.
And we're level 15 now.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Welcome to the bullshit. I can hold my rage all day.
I have 300 attacks.
Pretty
Gun.
much.
Did we get a long rest? I forget.
Yeah.
We did.
Lauren, it's like Mark said, Lawrence had he didn't actually have Speak with It prepared. I think so.
Okay, so we're assuming we're doing this the next day or whatever.
Yeah, at least I'll say that you can do it at whatever point you want. Lawrence, he just said that whenever Speak with Ed needs to be cast, he'd be willing to cast it, even though he's not here. So,
All right, so what are we gonna ask this dead fuck?
This is the cult leader, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
The cult leader that Dragonface made retarded and then we murdered.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's got to be. We'll see who he's working for. Is he working on his own volition or directly for the king, and then maybe like where the king is at all times, and like his schedule and stuff.
Yep, you have, if I remember correctly, a total of 5 questions. So
Yeah.
That sounds right.
yeah,
Where's
well,
the
actually,
blacksmith?
I'll just get Speak with the Dead. He probably has it on his sheet. If he doesn't have it on his sheet, then he has failed me.
You have
The
failed
big
this
the
city.
big things are 5 questions. The corpse has to be intact. The head has to be intact, and
There
the
you go.
corpse can lie to you. It's not in any obligation to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
First
Cast on the truth
question.
first, and then
Yeah.
Fortunately, that doesn't work on dead things.
You don't know.
I mean, is there a way we can kick the
It's
ghost's
temporary
ass?
living. It's temporarily. Oh, hey, the Nuggets may beat the Clippers. Interesting.
Oh shit! Did they really?
Yeah, the Nuggets beat the Clippers 104-89. So it's going to be LeBron and the Lakers versus Jokic and the Nuggets.
My Lakers are gonna wipe the floor with them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I ain't mad about it.
That was an in-character conversation.
Yeah,
Aaron just
Soren's
pulls
a
up his
Lakers,
standings for
Clippers,
his
what,
big
what,
flying
what you
Lakers
stroke.
talking about, guys?
Oh, it's our
I'm working with nerd shit.
it's our hoop ball league that we pay attention to.
Yeah, it's like a different type of clan. It's different, whatever.
I think some people in my old village were really big into that shit. I've never been.
Yeah, we also do this thing where we pretend that we draft players.
Oh God,
It's a whole-
no! Oh God, no! He's going too far. You've gone too far.
Well, these nerds
You've gone
pretend.
somewhere I can't follow you.
These nerds pretend to be
Asher's
playing
all
other
like-
people.
Asher's all like, you fucking nerds. Yeah, Asher of
Well.
all people.
All right, first question: where's Lau? Most important question. Always ask that.
What was your
Second question:
draft?
what's the
Then
over under on
where's Rachel?
Lakers Nuggets? What's the over under on the Nuggets versus Lakers?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever Vegas will give.
No,
Probably like.
that was the
Oh,
joke.
that's
what you
oh,
asked.
that's the first question. Yeah, I'm sure he'll know. I'm sure the severed head knows about that. All right, where's the king currently?
Are you asking this now, or are you figuring out your question?
No, I'm like writing this down. I'm trying to like think of a list of things to ask.
What about the defenses of Neverwinter? How's that? Is that a good one?
What? Yeah. What is the weakest point of entry?
The sky, duh.
I mean, we know that, but yeah. Maybe they hired Wyvern riders. I don't know.
Yeah, but what's a Griffin rider to a freaking dragon? Speaking of which, I grab Asher and throw him in the freaking fucking Demi plane. Get to work, fix it,
Fix what? Fix.
fix the dragon.
Will do. I'll do that then.
I just imagine that Ash is working on it while we're doing the questions, and like we're like thinking of a final question. Ash is like, "Where the hell's the spanner wrench?" And the ghost goes, "It's right there next to that." And like, "Oh no!"
I would totally do that.
Should we try to lie to him and
Fuck would I need a
pretend
spanner wrench?
like how we
I
did
mean,
to the other guy?
worked. It worked the first time. Might as well.
Yeah, be like,
It is I, your liege. I have saved you.
yeah, I'm just gonna disguise self as like
Soren just got like a Burger King crown.
Burger King.
I'm
Shoulda
loving
known.
shit. You Ray Kroc of shit. I'd like to sell my goggles of
But,
night vision.
Yeah, I remember last time we brought up the Zone of Truth Speak with Dead thing, and I figured that it can't see through stuff. It doesn't say it up true set or anything. So if you wanted to try to disguise yourself and pass yourself off with some charisma things and some deception, then
I
you
will
could attempt to do so.
I will definitely disguise
Come on,
myself.
Soren. Don't fail us.
Yeah, don't fuck up.
20 this shit.
Disguise yourself as him to really confuse him.
I was trying to think of who would be a good person to disguise myself as. Would just like a random purple knight?
The general. The general, he knows him.
Yeah, but they're on opposite sides.
Yeah, but he's a rank that he can inquire. Or,
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't know.
I don't know how souls work, but I think we should have killed him on the fire plane and then be like, hey, we should have kept him alive, be like, hey, answer my questions, or we let your soul stay on this plane. Good luck with that, you son of a bitch. Would that have
That would have been
worked?
good.
I don't know if that works.
I don't know how souls work. Aaron doesn't know how souls work.
So I think a good question is, what is the easiest route to the throne room? Because we don't really know that layout real well.
I mean,
didn't two of you storm the castle at one point?
I mean, yeah. Would I know that? Lawrence and I did it.
again, I'm still saying the quickest route is a straight line, as in, i.e., a dragon straight through the fucking window.
The way, if you're talking about the first session, the way you made it through is you essentially participated in a shield wall to get through the bridge, completed by tying walled shaping into a giant green bear in the middle of a melee, and while the armies were clashing, you pushed through. So.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the layout of the castle.
Oh, Soren would be able to recall. Yeah, that's assuming he could make it. I would probably. Technically, it's supposed to be an intelligence check, but considering Soren's character and the way he documents things and the way
And he would 100% write a song about his own ass.
Yeah, before the first session, if I remember correctly, we had talked about part of Soren's backstory involved him doing some deception within the castle. So I would just put it up to a history check.
Oh yeah, I literally mapped out the entire wall system.
It would be a history check to recall, and if you had the actual maps, then yeah, you'd still be able to reference them. Obviously, you wouldn't know if it's still the same.
24.
Yeah, I mean that in combination with what you had, you can remember the layout of the castle pretty much as well as anybody can remember it.
Great. Well, I don't need to know. We don't need to ask that question.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I remembered us talking about that before the.
So I think we should ask, what's the weakest defended point of the city, and what's the heaviest defended point of the city?
I feel like we can get away with more by just asking the city's defenses because it covers all of them. Like I'm trying to get the most we can out of our questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but he doesn't have to give specific answers. You know what I mean?
He doesn't even have to answer us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking of disguising myself as one of those sorcerers that was there.
Not the one that you shapeshift into.
No, not one of the ones
that he
turned
actively
close, but I would have
saw
seen
lead a
other
rebellion.
ones. Maybe one that like wasn't there one that was like alive? Whatever. He doesn't know who died and who didn't. So I'll just remember one of the ones that was in that room, and I'll disguise myself as that.
All right.
All right. What other questions should we ask? I'm thinking of 3. I can get 2 more. Should we ask like what he was using the elementals for, or does that not even matter anymore?
I mean, we kind of know already, don't we?
Yeah, that's true. We kind of already know.
So it's basically the questions are basically pertaining to defenses and what else? Or where the king is at.
Maybe like who should we turn to now? Like who's the next in charge of
Like who's his superior?
Who's his superior, or like who's like the next person that like those cultists would report to? You know, who's next in line for like doing these plane shifting and gathering elementals, enslaving elementals?
If you want to make it intelligent, you could recall that I think there was one.
Is someone talking?
Kenji, you're like a million miles away from the mic.
Oh, it'd probably help if I had my mic down. Anyway, what I was saying is that if you want to make an intelligence check, and you can recall some of that, because I don't know if you remember it, but there was some information about that was dropped at one point, a couple of sessions back.
Yeah, me as a player, I don't remember. My character probably remembers.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a spy with a secret organization that has a giant library of infinite knowledge.
You said intelligence check?
Yeah.
That's not great. Nope. Handy, wanna take care of that?
Take care of what? Sorry.
Remembering stuff.
Oh, remembering stuff. What's it about though? Because I roll most checks with disadvantage.
Intelligence?
Why?
Because he's a fucking
Asher's ADHD.
bad role player.
Intelligence should be the one thing you're good at.
Yeah.
Only if I care about it.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Like
man.
magic item. Okay, fine. I'll roll normal intelligence.
I knew that was going to
My
happen.
God.
I knew it was going to happen. I could have called that almost immediately.
I'm willing to. I'm
not doing much better, but I'm not even from here, so that makes sense.
I'm willing to expend a spell slot for enhance ability. So I can, have that with advantage, I suppose.
If you want
Am I
to
able to do
cast
that?
that and try it again.
Will do.
I'll also inspire you to remember, you idiot.
Asher. You remember there's a letter. Some of the information you gained is that from what you can recall, the way the conjurers were set up was that underneath him, rather than one particular like lieutenant, they reported some higher up above him, though it's not really clear whether it was a conjurer or they were referring to the king. And underneath him were just the squad leaders.
All right.
So
I'd relay that, of course. Wait, did
remember
the
each
squad leaders below
team,
him?
yeah, each team that you had run into in the plane of fire had a squad leader that was a conjurer.
It didn't mention anybody above him, though?
There was some mention of someone above him, but whether they meant another conjurer or whether they meant the king was unclear.
Shit. All right. Fair enough. I guess we could ask for clarification on that.
Yeah, like who is he and where is he?
Who does number 2 work for?
Exactly. I love that scene. All right, I think we have everything now, right?
Yeah. Besides, like, if we don't, maybe more questions will spring up as he answers them.
Not
Yeah,
to
that's
mention
true.
he was feeble-minded before the end of that fight, so he may or may not know who lived and who died.
Kenji made a rule on that. It's not affecting his brain now. He's dead.
I know, but it's also after the fight, so he may not. He might be more willing to believe that one of his lieutenants may or may not have survived.
Yeah, he's also like, yeah. I mean, he just saw a bunch of people go down in like literally, what was it, 10 seconds, 16 seconds?
Yeah, like he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished that all in like what, 3 rounds, and he was feeble-minded for like half of that.
So he really
Last
doesn't
really
know what
hurt.
happened. All right, Lawrence, wake him up.
All right, Lawrence. Takes some time. Cast Speak with Dead.
If you just last question. Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Do you like pancakes? Yeah, we like pancakes.
That's a blast from the past. I forgot about that. But yeah, Lawrence sets up his incense, and after 10 minutes, Speak with the Dead is up. Lawrence will ask the questions for you.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay. Can he see me? Because I'm just got.
Did you shift into John Cena?
That would be up to how you.
I mean, I
would've told
disguise
Lawrence
myself.
It says it returns the animating
Sentient?
spirits, the
Retains?
corpse. So I'm gonna assume that anything that its eyes can see out of its head, it can see. So it would be up to how you told Lawrence to orient the.
Yeah, so like Lawrence is making it face me and only me.
Okay.
Even though Lawrence is like doing the casting, he doesn't know. He doesn't see Lawrence or know who it is.
Yeah, it's not
He's just
concentration anyway, so he just has to set up the circle and have it face away. So that's what he does.
All right. Oscar-winning performance. Here we go. Master, they took out most of the order and took out most of the purple knights, and some of the elementals got free, but we were able to turn them away. But you didn't make it. I brought you here with the help of some powerful mages, so we could understand what are we to do next. There's danger. The king is in danger. What should we do next? Who should we report to?
Is that your first question?
Yeah.
Did you ask a question?
Like he said, what do we do
Should
next?
we report to?
Make a deception check or performance, your choice.
Yeah, they're
The
both
bard
I think,
will
the
go
same.
with performance.
No, performance is better.
A flash of genius if needed. On it?
He rolled a 4. He rolled a fucking 4.
I'll give you a flash of genius anyway.
You're right.
I'd say
it was a
23 now.
4. All right. Let's roll his insight. No, I'm just kidding. But I can see.
Okay.
I don't think they're
Even
very
in
good.
death, I'm not stupid.
I don't think their wisdom is very good. Nah. Actually, it's no point in me rolling because he literally can't beat it. But there you go. There's his insight. I'll let you guys have that one for free. He's got a +2 wisdom. It's kind of eerie. Obviously, you've seen it before because of Speak with Dead, but the lifeless head, its lips, its mouth moves, and the voice comes out. Though it doesn't really seem like it's using the vocal cords so much as it's just animating what's left of the body. It says, "Report to the king, you fool, before things get worse. Or if nothing else, then report to his lady."
Master, where is the king now? There's much confusion in the capital.
No doubt that traitor let me back that one up. No doubt that traitor Talvar has taken his troops. I've suspected it for some time now. The other generals of those zealots may prove of some assistance, but I wouldn't trust them. I would march with this evidence directly to the guardians of the bridge themselves, or go through our base of operations. You know the way. From there, if they see what dire circumstances there are, they should allow you if they have any hope for this kingdom to stand. Could speak with him directly, or at least request an audience with one who would.
Did you, out of character, did you say Gardens of the Bridge?
Guardians of the bridge, yeah.
Oh, Guardians of the Bridge.
Man, talk about micromanagement.
Yeah, bureaucrats, buddy.
Since Talvar is not to be trusted, I'd like to, help defend the city. What is the weakest point, and where is the heaviest? Where should we put our troops?
The spirit pauses. Make another check.
All right, performance.
Laying it on a little thick there, buddy.
Same roll.
Again, a 4.
There are other numbers, Soren.
He was rolling 20s like, that one time. Now he's just rolling 4s.
Okay.
Wow, that's lucky.
The hesitation breaks and says, we can't beat it anyway because I get another flash of genius, but the hesitation breaks. And the silence breaks, rather, and he says, "Surely you should know this, but there's no point arguing it. The crypts have well been fortified since the last time, but I worry about those fools at Helm's Hold. They guard things they should not, and no siege of ours has been able to break their spirits. If not for their crypts, the city would be sealed tight, and the coast as well. There's no telling what old tunnels still run through the coast. Don't worry about the streets. Those runes we've placed will do well to keep out any rabble.
Oh,
Like
they
to see them
landmine the
march.
streets. Lovely.
Is that 4? Did we do 4?
I think that was 3.
Yeah, that was 3.
Well, where is his lady? Where can I find her?
I hardly know. He cut off diplomatic relations with that elvish wench from what he tells the public, of course, but I suspect whatever plans were being made, well, even in death, I cannot reveal that information. And he's told me little, so it may be best to simply ask him yourself. Or resurrect me if you can.
Oh, shit. One more question.
So tell me what you want. What you really want.
I want to be alive, damn it.
Oh,
Fucking obvious.
If I needed help resurrecting you, who is the most powerful mage that we can trust?
Lawrence. Oh,
Oh, fuck.
The turncoat is revealed.
So how are the turntables?
Look behind you. No. I would say Talvar, if not for his treachery, I must admit, even in his sickly state, he is quite the powerful paladin, but no, they're not to be trusted. None of their ilk. Instead, were it not for their flight from this plane, I would tell you to turn to the elves outside of Neverwinter.
Did you say that they're gone though?
Yeah, he said if it were not for their flight from the plane, I would tell you to turn to the elves outside of Neverwinter. But he
They
basically
gone.
said between that and him not trusting Talvar, which Talvar's people would have been his other option, that there's not much he can trust in the way of resurrection. He does mention there are the other orders of mages. Perhaps you could speak with them, though they're pathetic in comparison to what the conjurers had. At this point, they're all one group. Got refugees from each school.
Psych.
And
That's it,
that,
right?
it's 5 questions. And Speak with Dead fades.
I dropped my disguise right before. It's the last thing I
He
see.
comes back, oh, one more thing. No.
Fuck you!
So the good news is there's no powerful mages there anymore. Bad news is there's booby traps fucking everywhere. And the king is still super hidden. We don't know where he is.
Yeah, we heard that we're sitting right here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's okay to get a recap, dude. All good. Booby
Go back
traps,
to
you
work on
say?
the dragon.
So we should let the council
Fine.
know about the defenses and stuff.
Angie, can I make a
Didn't
tinker
he
check
also
for the dragon?
Yeah, go for it.
Didn't he also say something about some crypts that could be maybe be exploited?
Yeah.
He mentioned that Helm's Hold outside of Neverwinter has, no matter what Neverwinter has tried, they haven't broken yet under siege, and they control some of the very long, like it's miles off, but evidently they control some sort of access, and it's been a frustration that Neverwinter has not been able to take over Helm's Hold yet.
So maybe if we tell the
maybe there's allies there. Maybe.
Yeah, if you remember
that
the
we-
guy that looked like Judge Dredd, some of you that were here for like the first session, you all met him. But there were some paladins of Helm that lived in Helm's Hold, hence the namesake. And I think the only time they've been mentioned in this campaign after that is there was a short mention early on in the campaign that they refused to go with the crown, and they pretty much put up a flag of rebellion as soon as the Neverwinter started cracking down, and they've been flying it ever since. They've managed not to break, though they have no allies.
So if we could tell the dwarves who are like outside that that's a way to get in the city if they help Helm's Hold.
Yeah, we should broker with them before, because we can teleport there faster.
And in case, I will move you over in case you all don't remember where that's at. Let me. Helm's Hold is, if I remember correctly, it's somewhere like right here, but I will double check. I believe it's just southeast of Neverwinter, like across the. It's been a while. I don't think it's labeled on this map. It's fine. I'll pull it up and double check. But essentially, it is just south east of Neverwinter, very, very close. Yep, found it. It is. If you guys can see the map, it should be over on the Sword Coast map. It is approximately right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just above the T and the high road, maybe a little higher.
I mean, we should probably check it out first, because we just have no idea what's there. Like, besides these guys that we might have met before, but don't really remember.
Yeah, and here's Soren, at least, would know this.
Okay, I'm gonna start sending spells to is Dragonface not with us anymore?
He's with you. He was resting, but the long rest is over now, so presumably he's hanging out around Bella.
Okay, I'll let him know all that we learned, and then saying you should go alert the council immediately about the defenses. Because he can just teleport, or he can cast sending, and then I can save mine to contact the order to try to like dispel some of those runes on the day, or like leading up to that.
So can you repeat that exactly again, real quick?
So I would contact a few people. I would contact Thalos and the Order
Okay.
to try to sabotage the runes.
Gotcha.
Then I would send a message to Darius, letting him know about, or I guess the Navy. I don't remember if he's leading all the Navy or whatever, but like the pirates of the tunnels.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
pretty
coast.
much been spending the campaign after he left the party gathering allies, pirate allies, and press ganging people into his fleet. So he's pretty much got a fleet at this point.
That there's access to the coastal tunnels that lead into the city that they can find, as we do not have time to go just search for tunnels. And then I will send another one to Talvar, explaining what we did and that they're on to him, and explaining that the about the like all the fortification stuff that we learned, basically.
All right. Anyone else? Or just those?
I think that's it. I think that's all the
Alright.
important people.
Talos tells you it'll probably be difficult, but he will attempt to do what he can, and he will mobilize everyone within the order. He mentions that they have made some contact with other people outside the order, like, for example, the Jade Cloaks and some of the other anti-crown thieves guilds and things in Neverwinter, and they believe they might be able to pay them to help with the sabotage. You're told Talvar that Darius, you mentioned Darius next. Darius says that he will take his raiders up there and search. He's also going to be able to bombard the ports and block them if that fails. And then Talvar firstly asks you, take it that was your doing at the city this morning and last night.
Yes, the gates to the elemental planes have been sealed, and the nuisance destroyed.
I see. And what is it that you're asking now?
I'm just giving him the details of the weakest point into the city, or in the Helm's Hold. We plan on trying to make it easier for us to get access into the city. He knows about the whole plan, right? To invade stuff. There are routes littered across the street that are designed to destroy anything that passes it. This might be dangerous for both your men and for the citizens of Neverwinter. And then if you can diverge more people into the crypts on the day, and as they're further away, it might be easier to move around.
I see. Well, I'm dealing with these other generals now, but I'll see what I can do.
I'll spend another spell and ask him, does he know anything about the Guardians of the Bridge? They seem to be taking care of the king. We don't know exactly where he is.
Well, he has his own regiment of the guard, and some of them are tasked with protecting the king's bridge that leads to the castle. Hence the name. They are his personally selected fighters.
So, but he still resides in the castle, as
As
far,
far
as
as
you know.
anyone knows. Yes, as far as anyone knows, of course, it's been difficult. I had contact with him once months ago, but since then he's become even more reclusive and not even his second in command. And some say not even his personal guard are allowed to look at him or speak with him anymore.
Well, we'll have to find a way to get to him quickly. I'll just be like, I'll fill you in with more information as we get to Helmhold and learn about everything there.
Of course, would you prefer that I send anything that way? I will warn you that there may be some forces that remain there in an attempt to besiege it, though. We nearly had it until you and your party had caused enough trouble that the commanders thought it best we abandon the majority of our efforts there in order to reinforce Neverwinter.
Yeah, actually, it'd probably be better to just get rid of all your people, abandon that, so that we can strike a deal with whoever's in Helmhold now.
I suspect that you already know that I don't plan on going along with the king's plan. This would be confirmation of that, but again, I imagine they already realize this.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone's just pretty suspicious of you.
In that case, I'll do what I can. If you come upon any troops on the road, do your best not to attack them. The commanding officer should know and recognize you.
Right. And worst case scenario, I'll just dress up as you.
Whatever works. Is there anything else?
I think that's it, boys.
All right.
Should we get going to Helmsfold?
You all could if you want to, or if there's anything else you'd like to do in Waterdeep before you go, you could also do that.
Does Handy have to just like stay here and work on this thing for like days?
It's within the demi-plane, so no. He's good. As long as he can set aside some time, basically on long rests, to do it.
It's
'Cause,
my
it's-
last long-term
yeah.
project.
There's like portable holes and things like that that are being used to transport all of this stuff. So, assuming he can set aside the time at a long rest, then he'll be able to work on it because he can take it all of it with him. But if there's anything else you all want to do in Waterdeep, you very much can look into that before you go.
I mean, I just blew like 4 spell slots to just talk to people, so maybe wait till tomorrow. How many more days until the big day?
I'm going to call it 11 right now.
Okay, so we still have time.
Dun.
10, actually. I think it would be 10, yeah. So 10 days.
You know, I've unless we have anything like actually important to do, I've kind of been noticing Puck's been getting a little cranky lately. So I'd like to go to like a tavern and like order like his favorite food or some shit and just have a talk with him. Just a nice chat.
All right. Anything else? Anybody else do anything in the meantime?
Just because there's another child doesn't mean we don't love you any less.
Ashley doesn't realize that's why he's mad. She's just so like, fuck, why are you angry? Like, I know I have this cool Alexa
All right, you can do so.
spirit in my eye.
What would you say to Puck? What's your opening gambit here?
I don't know. I'd start out with like, how do you like the meal, Puck? Doing all right. Just kind of, I guess I'd start with like the small talk bullshit before. I just ask him like, if like, is everything all right with you, Puck? Like,
Step one, you
like-
say we need to talk.
look, are you critiquing how I manage?
Oh, I was
my
making a how to
companions?
save a life. I was making a joke about the song "How to Save a Life."
Oh shit! Never mind. I thought Aaron was just in the background, just kind of like just talking. Like he isn't everything, just talking shit on how I run things, but this works too. I just ask him like if there's anything bothering him, like just say it out, just put it out there.
You know, if this is about the change in colors thing, boss, it is a phase, yeah.
No, not the changing colors thing. That's pretty fucking cool, honestly. It's just I just noticed back when we were making the hammer, you were pretty upset. Sorry, I'm not the most insightful of people, but like,
Well, you don't have
you
to be
gotta-
anymore.
oh yes, thank you, Libra. You can anyway. Yeah, like, what's up, Puck? Just talk to me. It's all good.
Hey, all I'm saying is I've been with you since the start of this thing, and you never tried to make an Eldritch Pact with me.
Shit, Puck, are you able to do this shit?
No, but you never asked, did you?
Well, you never offered.
Well, you never
Look.
asked.
Well, Libra asked. Libra has power of multiple, like,
Libra is a
other
witch.
people. What?
She's a witch.
I think she's like a being of intellect, but
She's witching you.
I think I can cast Witch Bolt now.
That's my point.
Puck, buddy. Like, look, the second
Now
you
you're making a replacement dragon.
nothing can replace you. You're my buddy. Remember that time I got arrested by the police in Neverwinter, and you snuck me that freaking lockpick so I can get the fuck out of there. Fucking look, you're a valuable member of the team. I'm always glad to have you. Like, I'm not trying to replace you, Puck. You're a good little dragon.
Fine. I'll stick around on one condition.
What's that?
You're trying to fix that clockwork thing, right?
I am.
And what do you plan to do with that?
I mean, after we do the whole save the kingdom shit.
No.
Back off,
What do you
bitch,
plan
it's
to do with
mine.
it?
I think Aaron wants it, and I kind of don't want to go into fist fight with him because, like, I'm pretty sure he kicked my ass.
Well, you're gonna have to convince him somehow. Because I want to ride the thing into battle.
You want to ride the clock? You know what? Yes. I don't know how I'll do it, but I promise you, I will let you ride the Clockwork Dragon into battle. That sounds fucking awesome.
Apology accepted then.
All right, man. Well, again, this meal's on me. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. I will.
Every meal's on you. How is he gonna pay for the meal?
Look. He's a very independent fairy dragon. All right. Like,
So what you're
Simple.
saying is he's a strong, independent fairy dragon who don't need no man. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, do you, Puck? Do you need a man, or do you not need no man? Anyway, Aaron.
He just
can-
continues to eat.
Anyway, Aaron, can Puck ride the fairy dragon? I mean, the clockwork dragon into battle.
Oh, sure.
Good to go, Puck.
Puck laughs and says, "Works every time." Anyway, you really need to wise up to this stuff, Asher. You know, it's too easy sometimes. It's too easy.
Wise up to what?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you one day when you're older.
Fair enough. I just fucking dig into whatever I'm eating as well, and that's it.
All right, and after managing to weasel his way into mounted combat, Puck is content. Anyone else want to do anything in Waterdeep?
I would like an exploding gauntlet.
Other than exploding gauntlets?
Are we in Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep? Because the icon says Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that's from earlier, yeah. You're in Waterdeep because you were at Bellum's place. I just never moved it.
Is there a magic shop in Waterdeep?
The
If
one you
so,
left.
where they carry?
The Watchful Order might have a magic shop.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this weird magic organization.
Yeah, the Watchful Order is an organization in Waterdeep that basically it also works as an academy, but generally it polices spellcasting within the walls, and they have recovered since the blockade has been lifted. So
Can
they
I
might
refer
have,
someone to the Watchful Order?
yes, there was a
Do
traveling
that.
sorceress or cleric of some kind that you met on the ship of lepers.
I mean, I'll go check up on her if she happens to be in the vicinity, but I'm mostly in it for the magic items. Or I'll just something to blow. I can blow 3,000 gold on or whatever.
Fang would like to
I
see
would
the
like-
magic items as well.
I would like to go to hyperbolic time chamber to unleash my full potential.
Of course.
Welcome to the room of infinite bullshit!
And so you said you are going that way. I didn't.
You mean like before we leave?
I'm talking about whenever you all are you just so I'll have it. I'll know ahead of time. Whenever you plan to go to Helm's Hold, are you planning on asking Dragonface to go with you, or?
Yeah, for sure. He's been awesome to have around.
All right, and the rest of you said you are going to look for this.
We're finding the mages
Sorry,
in
what?
this fancy shop.
I'll just meditate.
You know, for someone who meditates so much, he's still really pissed off.
Ah, but that's the secret. Asher, he was always angry.
Glad we can get an Avengers reference in there.
Aaron doesn't. No, that's the difference. Aaron doesn't rage. Aaron's rage isn't really rage. It's just heightened fighting.
I don't know. Either way, you're still pretty aggressive. Then again, so are monks. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna meditate while they go do whatever the hell they're doing. Hello.
I think
Looks
he's.
like he's
Oh
having
shit!
some mic trouble.
I
He's
think
gone.
he might have just lost internet.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, want to talk shit about him behind his back?
let's murder Hobo like the entire all of Waterdeep,
Well, everyone,
and
this
then when he
is the.
comes back, it's
Didn't want to happen this way, but I guess everyone should migrate over to the freaking other campaign.
this is how you take over.
Man, I wish I was clever enough to world build.
Oh, here's the secret: you don't have to be. You just have to fool the players into thinking you are. And even then, like, as long as you run a half decent game, it's fine.
Yeah.
My campaign is literally called A World Thrown Together because I'm making this shit up as I go along, and I'm not keeping that a secret. But I mean,
Yeah.
as a result, there's so much dumb shit.
My head is in such a different
It-
place. I have a freaking certification exam on Monday. That's gonna be fun.
That was the
Oh,
sound of my
boy.
internet dying. So I don't know if somebody reset the router or what. I was like, why aren't they answering? I have the magic list ready. I thought they said they were going to the shop.
I was wondering what the fuck was going on. Then we found that you weren't there, and it's just like,
Yeah, I had to go to
oh
my
shit.
demi plane real quick. You feel me? Anyway,
fair
are you
enough.
looking for the shop, or did I completely mishear you guys?
I think we're looking for the shop. Aaron's meditating.
As Aaron
Soren's
does.
going to the villa.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like things we're doing.
All right. Let me. Alrighty, so you can go to. There's basically a headquarters of the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors. You walk in. There's some, bureaucrats at desks. They don't really look up at you. They're busy writing.
Just walk in. There's just a bunch of bureaucrats at the desk.
There's just a bunch of people at work on the desk. Yeah, most of them are busy writing. You see a bunch of students going back and forth, turning in scrolls and papers and tomes and things. Some of them are outcasting, and
Huh. So this is what a formal education in magic looks like.
mhm.
Hey, do I see that person I referred to this place? If not, I'll just go straight to the store.
Yep, you do see her actually. She has hair now. She's grown her hair out.
Oh shit!
About shoulder length. She seems to still be. She still seems to be.
Can you feel?
Well, she's 15,
love
so.
Oh shit!
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. She seems to be with another group of younger students that are working on some like very very basic magical education. Like you guys know when you go into college of Winterhold and Skyrim, and they're like, "Let's practice wards," and they're like, "Oh, let us do something practical," and he's like, "No, I have to explain safety."
Oh
They're doing
no,
that.
we do wards.
They're pretty much doing
regardless.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
They're doing like fire bolts and stuff.
They're learning how to cast shield.
Like
I mean, to be
shield and
fair,
magic missile.
what's the legal rating age in Waterdeep?
They probably have it in the code legal.
Yeah, look, Asher's 20, 21 if you count the whole aging curse that was inflicted on him for like 5 minutes.
Not that bad, especially
What
considering what used to
Asher
happen in
think?
olden times. Like, oh boy,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if Forgotten Realms goes by actual Middle Ages betrothal or not.
Look. Either way, Asher's not into that shit.
Yeah, neither am I, but I'm totally okay with charging you a dowry and then having the character run off. You want to pay like 5 to 10,000?
Look,
Yeah.
I don't have 20 goats to give her. Okay? I'm not. No.
That's the next quest.
The fuck did we want?
But yeah, she's just they're working on like magic missile and shield and stuff
Oh.
over in the sud. It doesn't seem too high intensity. Most of them are just taking notes.
I just kind of smile and move on, honestly. I don't want to interrupt.
All right. For anyone in particular, then, or you just
We're just,
it's
we're
a
just
huge
going to the shop.
library, so yeah, they don't have a
The
shop
library?
out front or anything. Yeah.
Fang flags
Don't have-
down the first important person he sees.
Okay. There's someone that passed. Wearing kind of orange and
I'm sorry, were you finished describing the person?
Snake,
Hello?
snake, snake.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello.
hello, darkness, my old friend.
We're not
Wait,
friends. It becomes lighter.
I come to speak with you again.
I just
Fine.
remembered.
Hello
that's-
from the other side. No, okay.
I just remembered that same girl that that Asher referred also witnessed his arm getting chopped off twice.
Also,
And,
a divine
on
His
legal
eye
battle.
yanked out.
Well, not
His-
the eye getting taken out.
He's talking about the
She didn't
boat of
witness that.
lepers.
this is.
It was on the
I
boat
blame
of
Discord.
lepers.
I blame Discord this time because my pages were all loaded just fine, but for whatever reason, Discord's not working. Anyway, this grandma-looking lady who seems to be in evocation wizard robes pushes up her spectacles, glances at you, Fang, and says, "Oh yes, laddie. How can I help you? Are you here for the tome on alchemy using dried tree roots? We had a goblin reserve that."
No, thank you, ma'am. Perhaps later. My associate and I
Oh,
will.
how much later? You see, I could make a copy for you if need be.
That's very lovely, ma'am. You see, my
Thank you.
associate and I are wondering if you have any magical goods to peruse.
Good. Well, I suppose if you wish for cookies.
Would you like a cookie, ma'am?
Oh,
And Fang pulls out one of his Fang snacks.
Ooh, can I have one too?
Alright. Ladies first.
oh,
Damn.
such a kind young man. Yes. Allow me a
She
moment.
immediately dies of a heart attack.
She gets temporary hit points, is what she gets.
You speak up,
So
son.
many temporary hit points, she dies.
Could you back up a bit so I could hear what you need?
You are cracking up something fierce, man.
Shut up, nerd. No one asked for your opinion.
It's a fact. It's cracking up.
Fake news.
There it is.
Fake news.
Discord's loving Kenji tonight.
Kicking his ass.
So if he drops from 20, then his internet's just gone.
Oh shit!
I could use a
Holy
nap.
Fuck.
Well, he said today was going to be a short session. Turns out shorter than he
Yeah,
ever
I didn't
thought.
think it'd be this short. Hour and 45 minutes, and we spent like a good 30 minutes of that talking about World of Warcraft and shit. So
No,
you know
we're on.
what's
We
sad?
spent a half hour talking about WoW. I got it all.
You know what's sad? I've tried, and it's just because Handy is such an awkward motherfucker. I can't get him married. I've gotten Rave married.
oh, are you trying to get Asher married?
Buddy, it's a
that
running
how
gag
it
that
works?
someone forces someone in wedlock.
I will destroy Discord if it does this to me one more time. My connection
So
is
what
fine,
we,
Discord is
according to
not.
Toki, if one of us pays $2, our entire lobby gets boosted.
Do what?
There's a boosting thing if you support your thing. I don't know.
We about to say support your local.
Support your local Discord server, which is probably based somewhere out of fucking China or some shit. Okay, it's probably
I'm not
based
sure.
in North America.
I don't
but
know how much of what
still.
I said got through though.
You
I
said
think-
nothing.
I think Fang offered you a snack, and you're like, "No, mind if I do?" And that's about
Perhaps
where you
could you
died.
speak up? Could you speak up so that I could hear you?
Could you speak up? I'm not wearing pants.
Thank goodness you're wearing that robe.
Alright, it's $5 a month, and they put priority on your server, is what it is.
I actually had it, but it ran out like yesterday. So
And
That's what
today
it is.
you start
Kenji's
losing
server ran out.
connections.
They're like, well, fuck you.
Oh, fuck Kenji. Fuck the Kingmakers.
Coincidence? I think not. Yes, the nice half-orc man offered you a sugar cookie. Which, when you think
That
about it, is
sounds
kind of
dirty.
redundant.
No, it's not. There's cookies that have sugar in them, and there's sugar cookies that have been doused in sugar before being baked.
Yes.
I know this. I've made multiple sugar cookies. They're delicious.
So what
I've
about
seen
the
sugar-free
scarlet
sugar
tomato?
What?
A tomato that is the scarlet tomato. Tomatoes are red. Scarlet is a shade of red, so it's redundant.
You know what's redundant? Your chastity vow. Now shut the hell up.
Like, what? Did anyone else understand that?
I got
He said
that.
something about chastity. I think he just called you a virgin, dude.
Yes.
The jokes I could make about your looks abundant. Your chastity vow redundant.
Yeah.
Really? No one watches epic rap battles? Fuck you guys.
Well,
Every like
look, I
20th.
have, but like I don't remember every one of them.
That's because you have no memory.
That is also true, but that's besides the point.
Is Kenji talking and we're just ignoring him?
He
Is this like a
muted and
Lawrence
deafened
situation for
himself.
Kenji?
Deaf and muted.
That's essentially a death sentence.
Ooh,
F
I
and-
know what I could do. I know what I could do, and it would be so stupid.
But
I just need Fang and his girlfriend in the same room.
I mean, you've had that opportunity multiple times.
Shh. Yes, but I didn't have ritual casting. Shut up.
Unfortunately for you,
Aaron,
Kenji
Aaron
can
the
actually
matchmaker.
control this NPC to not stand still while you try to marry us.
Yeah, but are you saying you're not willing to marry your girlfriend? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say
I
that.
will either I marry you, or I will ruin your fucking relationship with your
hey.
Tell that to my
do you want
thief
plus
centaur
2 AC or
girlfriend.
not?
Yeah, no, it's only +2 AC if she comes fights with us.
Oh,
Yeah, it lasts for 30 days. It's actually a really bad...
I mean-
Why the hell is my armor class 27? What the
I don't know, but I feel like you've been cheating.
what?
No, I just glanced at my character sheet. My armor class is 27 for some
Stop.
reason. What the hell?
Stop marrying people, Fang. Stop it.
Should be
Polygamy's not
17.
cool.
What the hell?
Kenji, Fang is Brave is cheating.
If you think I had an
Multiple
armor
meanings
class
of
that
the
high, I
word.
would not have gotten hit nearly as much.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, Danny boy,
Oh
the
my
pipes
God.
are calling.
Oh, Marky boy, your pipes are failing.
I can't wait. I can't wait until my campaign starts and you're just aggressive to every single NPC.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's. I mean, I've only played 2 campaigns with you, but that's kind of how you do shit. It seems.
You're gonna get like thrown in jail for pissing off like some noble or something.
I'm fine with that.
I had to run and fix something. Sorry. We will get to this conversation eventually. Okay. Anyway.
Eventually.
Yes, the old lady asked.
She
you to
liked the
speak up.
sugar cookies. I need to know.
Yeah, she did. She said, "Oh, what a kind young man. Thank you. Now, could you please speak up, laddie?"
Yes. Me and my associate were looking for magical items for sale.
And as you say that, you have to. So when you speak louder, so that she can hear it, pretty much every head in the library turns to stare directly at you, Fang.
Hello.
What are you looking
We
for?
are
I'm looking for a cream.
magical items to
I'm
buy.
looking for a cream for my genital warts.
Aaron, how the fuck are you here?
I'm a ghost.
Except I'm not. That was just.
That was his spirit. His stand.
No stundle.
Oh, yes, you need our legendary artifacts. Is that what you said?
What?
Yes.
You'll have to sign to pick them up. Did you have the proper forms?
Um.
Can you show us where we sign the paperwork?
Are you from the museum?
Yes.
Oh, you sent the worst people in for here.
Roll deception, Asher, if you want to.
I love that
Look.
I'm not here for this, and you guys
Look,
are struggling.
I don't care what you say. That was the right answer. Legendary artifacts. Are you
I'm
from the
gonna
museum?
flash
Yeah,
genius
totally.
that. It's a 14. 14.
Really good
and,
things
an old
ladies
lady. What does
can't
she
see
know?
shit.
She looks at you, Asher, with this sweet smile, and then it suddenly goes into a death stare, and she says, "Don't lie to me."
Oh,
I'm not lying. I am from the museum.
You are?
Museum of Ass Whooping.
And look at these robes. Very museum-like.
That's a nice robe, honey. Anyway, we do
Oh.
have a magical shop these days after those very rude young men from the north have stopped blocking us. But you'll have to. Who are you again? We can't let just anyone see them.
We are the...
But I
Shadowlight.
Right.
I know
Just tell-
anybody from the museum.
We are representatives of the Shadowlight Guild, ma'am.
Probably not.
We're a guild?
I mean, effectively. Counting Toki's characters alone, we're a guild.
I can't argue there. I can't argue with facts.
Toki's just half the fucking guild.
Oh, did Kenji fail again?
Oh, I think this is another one.
No, I'm here.
I was gonna say, if Kenji failed again, I'm going to sleep.
No.
So Kenji, just
let's
cut to the
hope-
chase. I don't think you have much time. Is she leading us to the shop or not?
Actually, gonna kill us.
That character. I'll have to roll. Let's see. I'm sure.
I can barely hear you. Say that again.
Very near who you were, because woman, I mean, but oh, Shadowlight, this way. And she leads you to the storefront.
Shit. Okay, I actually was able to understand that. She's actually leading us to the shop. But your connection is dog awful.
You?
Yep. I could hear you guys, so I don't know why if mine was messed up.
Oh, you're
Man,
fine now.
It was
when you were saying shit earlier.
around
I don't know,
that's
I
when it
guess
goes out whenever I'm done talking. That's when.
It's well, it's almost 1 o'clock. Maybe maintenance around your area is done.
It's possible. I do have the shop though. I should probably post in the chat because that would be easier than listening. But
So hoped I passed my deception check. Would have been nice. Oh, they want legendary
I
artifacts?
tell
Like,
you now, it's probably a good thing. that
I
you
mean,
didn't,
Shadowlight has a bunch of exposure dollars that we haven't cashed in yet.
oh, we do? Holy shit.
I mean, we did save this city multiple times. Oh wait, no, we saved Baldur's Gate from a phoenix. We saved Waterdeep from the Wait, who did we saved one from a phoenix and the other from Leviathan? Were this, or was they both the same city?
No, Baldur's Gate was Leviathan, and I think this was the Phoenix.
Okay, so I had them reversed. That's fine.
Does that sound right? That sounds right. I think that's right.
Yeah, because I remember the Waterdeep map better than the Baldur's Gate one. Yeah, that was the Phoenix fight. We had the water fight at Baldur's Gate. So we're pretty famous with the two biggest cities on the Sword Coast. So we got some exposure dollars to spend here. Especially considering we've been doing nothing but helping the country for nothing.
Yeah, but do you really feel good about just walking up to a business and being all like, hey, I'm like an
Asher?
influencer and like I want you.
Handy, I was about to make that joke, and there goes Kenji.
Ah!
All right, I'm going to sleep. Fuck you guys.
Oh my god, god damn.
Fuck you guys, I'm going home. There's the money sheet.
Just spit
Hey.
float.
A +3
Welcome
sickle,
to the
Jesus.
Calypso. +3 sickle.
Fucking
Why would we
hell.
have a +3 sickle? Why is there a +3 sickle, Kenji?
That is
I
such
know
a
he's not
waste
here,
of a
but-
+3. Oh shit, there's a sunblade in
I
here.
mean, shit.
Fuck, I have no money.
I have like 3,600 worth of gold, and I can't buy most of this.
We've only got like 100 platinum in the thing, so.
And the rest of the
That
items, he
+1 short
cropped out the
sword.
freaking price.
The scrolls, yeah.
Yeah, the scrolls.
16,000 for a +3 sickle? Go fuck yourself.
There's a scroll of protection from Faye. That seems pretty good, and it's 180 GP. Can I grab that?
Jesus.
Oh, I'm not there. Fuck. I'm not there.
Oh,
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, criminy. Okay, I'm gonna ask the shopkeep, why the hell would someone spend so long enchanting a sickle with a +3 weapon enhancement?
Can you hear me? My Discord for some reason is showing that I'm muted still.
I can hear you. What the?
Okay.
Wow, I can see it too.
Yeah, that's strange. Let me.
Holy shit! This is a glitch in the Matrix, boys.
Man, it really wants his $5.
Yeah, no shit.
Uh-huh.
So what does this scroll of protection against Fae do?
Use an action to read the scroll and closes you in an invisible barrier that extends from you to form a 5-foot radius, 10-foot high cylinder. For 5 minutes, this barrier prevents Fae from entering or affecting anything within the cylinder. The cylinder moves with you and remains centered on you. However, if you move in such a way that a Fae would be inside the cylinder, the effect ends.
So
it's not really going to be that useful. No.
But it could be good for our spellcasters.
Not really. I'm pretty sure the Winter Queen can cast spells. I don't think she needs to go up and smack them.
I think I might just buy a shit ton of scrolls. Yeah, I could totally see myself using some of this shit.
Screw this. I'm going to sleep. Fuck you guys. You especially, Rave. Fuck you.
Okay, so I don't understand the +1 leather. Is it leather armor? I'm confused.
No, it's just leather. It's just a pile of leather that's +1 when you try to smother someone with it.
So the reason why I ask is because it's titled as game changing.
What?
Look at the its titling. It's not combat. It's not consumable. It's game changing. What is that leather?
What? This.
Damn good leather.
What is that?
And it's worth 1,500 gold. Like what the hell?
I'm assuming it's supposed to be +1 leather, but +1 leather shouldn't be 1,500 gold.
I think I'll just buy a shit ton of scrolls. That's what I'll do.
Skinch in the chat.
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm about to call it here in a minute anyway. I was gonna have to call.
What is the +1 leather? I must know.
It's +1.
It's
+1 leather
armor,
armor.
you dumb shit.
Yeah, it's +1 leather armor. The +3 sickle was enchanted by a nature cleric.
But two questions, Kenji, about the +1 leather. First off, why is it game changing?
Because people kind of overestimate how important a +1 is in 5e. So
Oh,
Wait.
Necro is here for the end of
Holy
the session.
shit!
I wouldn't say it's game changing, but it's classed as that.
Am I really at the end?
Yes, we're
Necro's
ending the
dying.
session.
Yep.
Necro's
Okay.
connection is trying to kill him.
But yeah,
Yeah.
if there's anything from this list that you want to buy now, then you can. Otherwise, I'll give you guys access to it over the week. But
Yeah,
Also, you cropped
I think
all the
for now,
scrolls. We don't know how much they are.
I assume. Well,
Oh,
the
you're right,
scroll
let me
of
get
enhance abilities 240. So I assume everything else would either be more or
have all the
less
scroll.
around that price.
It depends on the spell. I'll tell you now that I'm just gonna go by sane magic item prices. So if it's I'm gonna and if any marked as higher, then we'll just pretend that's some magic hoodoo because I don't want to change all the prices right now. So
Oh, Necro, would you like a sunblade to match your father?
My father's in Golden Fields.
I meant your spirit, Daddy.
I don't believe in the occult. I don't know who the
You don't believe
This
in the
man
cult?
right
The
here.
occult, you say, says the person who blew up a witch's cauldron, attacked 2 different cults, and dealt with dragons, and grew wings spontaneously, and has a bank.
That was the environment of my hatred at the moment.
Wait, Necro, how much fucking money do you have from that pay stub?
Very little.
I don't believe you, because I don't think you bought anything.
38 gold.
Wasn't it for like 25,000 or something?
I upgraded my shield and something else.
Oh, right. And you got the upgrade ingredients for your potions. Yeah, that's a lot.
So has it been a shopping episode or?
No, so we did the spell that you were gonna do, the speak with dead. We learned about the defenses of Neverwinter, kind of like where the king is situated, and an entryway, a place where we could, like a secret passage that they haven't found yet, or they know where it is, but they have no access to it. So it's at Helm's Hold, and we're gonna go there, but now we're shopping, so we kind of halted that.
So is Asher fixing the dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
anyway, I was gonna call early
Fuck
anyway, and
is
the
going
internet
right
is
into battle.
the spotty connection is making it doubly terrible. So I'm posting that as a reminder. And if you want anything over the week from that list, you can mark it off of your, or just
Right, hell
mention what
yeah, I
you're
got
doing,
3
mark it on
scrolls.
your sheet.
So, question. Fang can't cast magic, but he was given the ability to use a cantrip. Can he use any of these scrolls?
Here, look. I have to look at the spell scroll.
I think you could probably do a cantrip. I don't know if you can
It
do like
says
level
if
2.
the spell, it has to be on your class spell list.
I don't have a spell list.
Do you still have a cantrip?
Yeah, I have Mold Earth.
Let me look at Molders then.
That'd
See
be
what
druids.
classes.
Or wizards.
Druid would be more applicable.
No, Fang, we really gotta teach you some magic.
I'm not sure that
Pretty
I want
awesome.
to. It's all the brain thinking.
Nah. Look at me. Am I a smart guy? Not really.
But you built
Magic's
this,
easy.
and I hold up your own arm.
No, you're smart, but you don't have common sense.
Look, Necro, you don't need to. Birds hurt, Necro. I mean, Lawrence. Yes, I did build this magic arm, but
It's okay.
that's a different type of smarts.
Whenever
It's
Necro messaged me
mechanical
earlier,
smarts. Cast a
When-
spell, all you need to do is just do a few little hand gestures, and then maybe you get some bat guano, and boom.
I'm gonna
You
shut
just-
down
you
your
just shot a
metagaming
fireball.
right now. I don't have the stats to multi-class.
Neither
This is
can
all
I.
in character bullshitting. It's just Asher bullshitting in characters. Just like, come on. Just here, take this bat guano. Just do what I do.
Here's the thing: Fang can multi-class into rogue easier than he can multi-class to a spellcaster.
What's your charisma?
She doesn't
11.
know this.
Everything requires 13, and the only thing that's a primary stat is my dex is a 15. I could technically become a fighter because of my strength.
You're a barbarian now. Who needs it?
Hmm.
Well, if he gets
Second
two
wind's
levels,
really
he can
strong,
full search.
Yeah, you're right.
Or action surge really strong. Also, there's no real reason why Fang ever would multi-class. He hasn't been... I mean, if I'd been gotten that Lich stuff, who knows what could have happened there.
Oh, that'd be cool. Fang the cooking lich. I don't know. Feels like there's some.
Okay. Thank you, Ken.
All right, guys. I'm gonna say goodnight too. Peace.
How will I work as a druid? Because that's the only class I could multi-class into.
I mean, you don't care for the divine or the arcane that much, and you deal with herbalism and alchemy. You'd probably fit pretty well.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
but-
Druid for Fang. So
Could Lawrence be a furry? That's the real question.
A what?
I don't know. Never mind. I'm making jokes.
A curry.
Furry. Not the
Oh.
curry.
I heard
Don't
curry,
do
and I was like, wait, what?
yeah,
I can see how that makes even less sense.
I was gonna have to call it a little early anyway. My internet is being doubly terrible, so I'm gonna leave that list for you guys to peruse. The Watchful Order does probably have more than that, but that's just generally what they have out. If there's anything y'all want to look into over the week, and as far as that goes, you can, and I'll just let me know, and I'll tell you whether or not they have it. I'll see if they have it or not. And for Fang's purpose, I think Druid would fit more than Wizard, so Druid stuff he'd be able to cast with a spell scroll. He would have to make a check, depending on the level of the spell, but yeah.
Get
Cool, and-
so many things and hope you get the star.
And I guess between now and next time, Asher will be trying to teach Fang, but in vain, how to cast Firebolt. It
All
really
right,
just amounts
yeah.
to Fang playing with bat shit the entire time.
Yeah. And Necro, what did you say?
Try finding the deck of many things and try hoping to get the star.
Oh fuck!
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
no deck of many things, but
Ma'am,
I appreciate your
ma'am.
enthusiasm.
Does this store sell a deck of many things?
Bitch slap
If
across
not,
the face. We
you-
don't talk about that here.
But I'm thinking also like spell scrolls and things. If there's anything like that you think they might have, let me know. I'll see if they have it and tell you guys. But it's probably best that I head out before my net dies again.
Fair enough.
So
You have a good
sorry
one.
for the early cut, but hopefully you guys are able to.
Able to what? Need to know. Its net died again.
No. Oh. Hopefully you guys will be able to procure some things over the week. But I'm gonna head out now. So.
Alrighty. A good one, man.
Sorry for the early cut. Sorry you came in at the end of Necro, but they just found the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors in Waterdeep and got access to their magic shop, so that's what that is.
I think Aaron's trying to get me married. I don't know why.
Probably. I'll catch you guys later.
Oh my god. Hold on. Kenji.
Hmm?
If we're able to level, Fang could use his points. He could... And he would be just smart enough to multi-class into Artificer.
Very nice.
Holy shit.
If you allow me to take a level and bullshit that...
Maybe I would have to look at it.
If you multi-class into Artificer,
I-
I will give you my
So
shotgun.
here's the problem.
I've
I
never
can't
used.
multi-class now. I can't multi-class with my next level. I'd have to multi-class... I'd have to get the point upgrade with my next level to be just enough to
Yeah.
Artificer. Yeah.
I would have to think about that and figure that out. But I'll let you know if I decide.
It depends,
if
Kenji.
you
How many
multi-class,
more
I'll give you the
levels are you going to
shotgun.
give us before the end of the game?
All right. We'll see.
Oh, how many bases will we just randomly teleport into?
I guess we'll find out.
Let's see.
I'm gonna skedaddle though.
All right, man. Good
I'll
night.
think on that.